Hey kids! Welcome back. You may have noticed, at least I hope you noticed, that I haven't been around for a couple of weeks. My apologies, I've been really busy, but I'm going to try and get you guys a news vlog every Thursday, I promise. So Thursday nights / Friday mornings from here on out, expect a news vlog from me. This past week I didn't get you one because I was busy, and the week before I was on spring break. Hello to my fabulous friends at the college I used to go to. I was hanging out with them and partying, and then, you know, driving home with my mom and singing Frankie, Valli and Billy Joel as loud as we could, and you really don't want video of that. Trust me. So, no vlog that week, no vlog last week, but I'm making up last week's with this one right here on Monday, and you will get another one this Thursday night or Friday morning. So, 2 of me in 1 week. 2, not 4. Yay! This episode, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my news philosophy, because every newspaper or TV station or radio news station has a news philosophy that determines what stories they air and what stories they don't give coverage to. So at the end of this episode, you can find out my news philosophy, so you can see if the kind of news I'm going to give you is the kind of news that you want to see, and if you should keep tuning in on Thursdays, and hopefully you will. My news philosophy differs based on what organization I'm at, I will tell you that. For example, my news philosophy here is a lot more loose than it is at the college newspaper where I worked, because there I have to be very factual and unbiased, and here I get to have some opinion. You may have noticed that I generally put out there what I think. I'm more of a news commentator in this location than an actual reporter. I pretty much just gather stories that other people have written, read 3 or 4 different perspectives on a story, and then kind of summarize them all for you guys and give you a little bit of what I think about the issue. So, you know, news commentary. It's awesome. Yeah. So now that we've established that I don't report the news, I just sort of summarize and comment on it, how do I choose which stories I comment on for you guys? That is my news philosophy, and that's what we're going to talk about now. So, number 1, I only pick stories that are less reported, that aren't so mainstream. And I know what that makes me sound like. However, I promise I have zero hipster intention when I say this. The reason that I report different stories to you guys than what's probably out there in the mainstream is that if I give you the stories that you hear every day, everywhere, you know, if I give you the big ones like Libya, if I give you, you know, the earthquake in Japan, all that stuff that everyone's talking about all the time, you aren't learning anything new. I mean, you're learning my perspective on the story, which is probably new for you, but you aren't learning about any new stories. So if I go out and I get lesser reported stories and report them to you, then you're learning about news that you might not have known otherwise. So in addition to knowing the big stuff like Libya and Japan, you also know these lesser known things. So, you know, giving you a little bit of extra that you can go out and spread to your friends and say, hey, have you heard about this crazy bill that they're trying to pass? So I think that's a pretty good thing. The second part of my news philosophy is that I choose stories that have a longer shelf life. Those of you that don't do newspaper might not know what shelf life is. It's how long a story can last and still be relevant. So if I did pick Libya and I wanted to cover that for you, I mean, there's stuff changing and developing there all the time. So by the time that I finished recording this and put it through Windows Movie Maker and, you know, edited the clips so that it looks all nice and put on the fancy credits at the end for you, by the time I finished all that, before I'd even hit post on YouTube, something would have changed in Libya, and what I was reporting to you would no longer be relevant and up to date. So I try and pick stories for you that either are finished events, they are something that happened in the past, and so I can say, you know, this happened, and it's not going to change because it's a past event. Or I can give you stories that are things that take a long time to happen, like legislative bills, because I'll give you a hint, it takes a long time for stuff to go through the legislature. The last part of my news philosophy of how I choose which stories to give you guys, you may have noticed the name of the vlog is Seriously Kids, and generally I don't pick stories that don't make me say that. A story needs to be kind of outrageous, needs to make me kind of incredulous and upset and sort of amazed that people can actually think and do these things, and if it doesn't make me do that, I probably won't report it to you. Because I think the things that are most worth reporting are the ones where people are being absolutely ridiculous, and you just kind of need to draw attention to that and call them out and be like, what are you thinking? So, you know, if I read a story and it doesn't make me go, seriously, kids, what are you doing? You know, I'm not going to report it to you guys because it's not the vein of the show. So, you know, happy, cute news about, like, a 6-year-old kid who saved 12 kittens from a fire. Like, it's really sweet, and it's wonderful, and I hope someone reports that to you because it'll make your day, but you're not going to find it here. Sorry. So, that is the news philosophy of our show, and another tiny bit of news philosophy. You have my absolute guarantee to you as a semi-reporter that I will do my damnedest to give you accurate facts. If I get something wrong on the show, if I misinterpreted something, or, you know, if I read it and the website had it wrong, and so I report it and continue to pass on the wrong, and you catch it, let me know. I am always willing to, you know, take feedback and take other people's opinions, and I'm always willing to come on the show and post corrections if I reported something that was incorrect. So do let me know if you are listening and you go, that's not what that story is, or that's not what that means, she read that wrong. So do let me know, because I really want to give you accurate information on here. So awesome. And that's my promise to you, and that's my show. So I'll have another one of these for you on Thursday night or Friday morning. And until then, take care of yourselves, enjoy your lives, and go out and have some fun this end of March.